Okay, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to do my 4K from here right now. I'm going to give you all this tomorrow morning as our good morning little treat. For all those of you on YouTube and for those of you on Facebook, you'll be getting this on Wednesday morning, but it is Tuesday in Barbados. It's Tuesday the 5th of July. However, we tried our live broadcast from here this morning and we kept losing, morning Governor, we kept losing signal strength all the time. So what we've done is I decided to pull the 4K from this location. As you can appreciate, gasoline is quite expensive here in the island as well, and therefore we're gonna enjoy up here and show you what we could not show you this morning, and what I said I would return here and do, I'm gonna do it for you right now. No direct sunrise itself, however you're gonna see a blistering sun that's coming in just behind me. Beautiful morning here in Barbados. Absolutely gorgeous. The warming rays that are coming across, that are going across my body here, are incredible. You can feel all this sea spray, light little sprinkles of sea spray along my skin. It is a moving and very blessed time to be standing here in these cliffs and bringing you this beauty of Barbados. Lord's Castle, this is the new building. It's supposed to be opening at the end of this year. You can see the size of some of these galleries and balcony areas, absolutely stunning. However, what some of you may not be familiar with is what I call the North Beach. And that is there are 3 beaches up here, as I mentioned in the vlog. There are actually 2 beaches. There's the main beach and then there's the South Beach. The main beach is the one that's in front of the castle itself. That, however, is separated in 2 beaches at certain times of year. As the sand shifts, you would have to sort of like pretty much swim around from one to the other or wade through water at any case. However, today it is in one beach, so we're going to cover that for you now. Please be aware of these very steep steps. They are very challenging. Some of the railing is on one side, some of it is not. So please be careful when you come up here. These steps are extremely challenging. But you know already, the Olympic trained person is going to take these here in stride and take us down here so you can enjoy this beach with me. A lot of the edges of these steps have broken off. The plastering on them themselves, because they're sod stone. Majority of them are sod stone, but the plastering is chipped off. So please be careful when you walk down here, because some of it is a little bit loose. So it's chipping all the time, so just be wary of that. Cement is coming away from the sod stone in some areas. Before we get down on the beach itself, I want to show you a little bit of a view from around this area where we are. Now this is the real public access to this beach, because when the resort is open, or when it was open, I'm not sure what the plans are before, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably close it off again, thoroughfare to the beach. This is the only way that you can get to Sam Lord's Beach as a general person, unless you're staying at the resort or visiting the resort in official capacity. But this is a beautiful little beach. This is where you find some fishermen. You used to have some boats off of here. I haven't seen boats here for a very long time, but this is where some of them used to moor years ago. It is a beautiful, beautiful part of Barbados that a lot of people don't get to see because of the difficulty in actually getting onto this beach. But we're going to take a walk across here now, and we're going to show you what out here looks like. Stunning, absolutely stunning. We're going to be challenged a little bit with some wind noises, but as that is a part of nature beyond our control, we're going to just give you the absolute best that we can. It's a beautiful morning. Bright, intense sunshine, but look at these lovely cliffs that come across here. The sun is giving us a little difficulty in seeing them out there now, but as we work our way across this beach, you get a chance to see more and more and more. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Alright, we're walking in a southerly direction. Can't really see these folks here, but there's some people swimming because there's the outer reef here that runs right across, as you can see. It is above sea level at low tide, so it does give a full protection on this intersection. However, right now, as you can see, just when it's surging back itself is when we're able to actually see the coral mass. Can't really see it otherwise. But all along here, a beautiful picnic area. You know, a lot of little sort of like caves and little sections where the cliff has fallen away, or where big sections of the cliff have fallen away from the actual main cliff itself, forming lovely little coves for you to come down here and enjoy. At the moment up here, and all of the south and southeast, and some of the east, majority east, are getting impacted by sargassum. It is what I like to call now the sargassum season. I only know this happening since 2015. You used to get sargassum all the time, but only in small amounts. But since 2015, we've been seeing huge floats coming in that literally can pile 4 to 6 feet of sargassum on this beach. It has washed away. A lot of it is on the south now. Well, a lot of the last few floats, I should say, have gone into the south now. We're walking across sand here that's like sponge. You will see again we have sargassum that's buried under the sand. So when you're walking it, although it looks like beach, it has a very spongy effect because there is sargassum that is breaking down under it. Beautiful, beautiful cliff area, absolutely stunning part of Barbados. I know we've done a 4K of here before. I know a while back. I'm not sure if we had the gimbal at the time. But you could see that as a safe zone to swim here. But you have to be careful because there is water that's being pulled back out. These are obviously people that are from St. Philip that know this area and know where to go and where not to go. But this is the reef here. And as I said before, all this is exposed at low tide. It's really a beautiful, beautiful setting. Originally they had more steps that used to come down here as well. They have gone over the years. This is from the actual castle area itself. Now this castle has come way up to the east of where it used to be. It never used to come this far across up here, or across the pasture area itself. However, this is a massive, massive structure. It is going to be, I think, amazing for anyone staying here. I don't see any real issue with how it looks. I think it's fine. But I know there are some people that do have their objections to how it looks. People that live in St. Philip, obviously they would have seen the old castle, which would have been only 2 stories high. They're now seeing a massive structure or structures on the cliff itself. So at high tide, under certain conditions, there would be no sand here at all. All this sand would have actually moved. Not that it would have been only visible at low tide, it would have moved. So the route to get from this section of this beach, which is all one beach, but at certain times of year it's like 2, you would have to work your way up behind the coral rocks and stuff and across here. Just be careful, there are a lot of buried trees out here along the sand, so you may be walking on what you think is sand and end up stepping on a very spiky piece of tree sticking up, so be careful. I'm not going to walk in front of the rock, I'm going to bring you on the route that you would have to take. Now this here again is a lot more steep here because right now there is sand that's settled, but this all washes out at certain times of year. But you can make your way around the back of the rock, around this big rock here, and get from one beach to the other. I like to call this here, well, this all to me is the North Beach, but there are 2 sections to it. This is the main beach that we're coming into now, where you will find at most times of year it would end sort of like right where we are now. It wouldn't go around there, so you'd have to make your way through the actual rocks. All these pieces here would have been sections that would have dropped off the cliff over the years and just rolled off into this area. You can see they're not solid into the ground like the ones you'll see over on the east coast itself. These are all ones that have actually shaled off the cliff, as are those as well, and as are the ones along the area up there that we would have viewed this morning in our live vlog. Obviously I'm going to come back here when the sargassum shifts and give you one without any sargassum at all, because this beach is absolutely beautiful, stunning beach. They had a cave that used to run from the top by the castle itself down through the cliff down to the beach. I haven't actually been in that cave I would say for many, many years. I thought maybe 30, 40 years or so. So I'm not too sure if it even exists anymore, but when the original castle was here, that's how all the guests used to get down to this beach. They could come down via the cliff steps just over there in the distance, but a lot of them used to come down through the actual cave itself. But from here we can get a really good view of how big and sprawling this complex is. It is huge. Said to be 420 rooms coming our way. I am not too sure if that has changed since the article I read on it, but it is supposed to be like 420 rooms in total. You can see how beautiful these rooms are. They're going to be massive, massive rooms. They're no little small hotel room. These are huge. All of them have the front beautiful views. Some have inland views as well, but the ones on this side here, whew, must be breathtaking sunrises when these actually are open, that people can come and enjoy these. This beach has suffered a lot over the years. I remember when I was first started coming here, that would have been 45 years ago for sure. Definitely 45 years ago is when I started frequent this beach. I worked with a tour company who used to utilize here as one of their stops, and I used to come on that quite often whenever they had a lot of bookings and stuff. I used to be sort of like the spillover guide, so I used to join them up here. I used to come up here quite often and enjoy this as well. Then after that, as I went into my later teens and into yeah, my later teens, I started to party quite a lot up here. Usually up here if you run punch parties and the beach parties and stuff. Really amazing days. Memories, amazing. Look at the size of this complex. Huge. So I can understand that any residents in the area that used to once look out at the ocean, they can't do anymore, because this whole structure here is all new development, all new foundation, all new development. The original Sam Lords, just over there in the distance, you can see the top of the original, what was the castle itself. That used to span, I would say, maybe about a quarter of the length of this cliff here. But all this here is new construction and new areas being developed. So anyone living on the western side of this here would now be looking at this kind of structure rather than looking out onto the ocean as they used to. Beautiful beach, huge. Now when in here was swinging, you used to have all types of bars, little small restaurants, snack restaurants, I would say, on the beach. All types of activities. I mean, this whole place here would have been, well, not the whole place, but a lot of it would have been lawn chairs and thatched roofs, etc. In the distance, just below the cliff itself, you're seeing a wall with two little columns here. That is where the shark pool used to be. It then turned into a turtle pool, but they actually had shark in that big pool there before. Many years ago, of course, I'm talking about back in the same kind of time frame that I talked about before, 45 years or so. Then it went into a turtle pool, and then Sam Lords unfortunately closed, was then reopened, and then it burnt down when the new management was in. It actually burnt down, and it sat here dormant for many years. So it's already been a resort here, and I think, you know, it's a beautiful location. So happy to see something go here. Really not unhappy about it at all. The original castle is just up there, as you can see, behind the actual trees. I'm going to give you a 360 from here so you can breathe in what it's like, and then we're going to move again. Let me just go up in a little higher elevation, maybe to show you a little better view of the beach rather than the mounds itself. And then we can do our little 360. We're going to go on to end this beach. That's where we'll end our vlog this morning, or our video. I'm longing to see this beach being brought back, because up here has an atmosphere that's electric. I loved up here. When I say electric, I don't mean that it's so high energy that you can't relax. It's just so much beauty, that it's shocking beauty. That's how I'd have to term that. I am hoping that the day will come when these cell towers are shifted to get a couple of cell towers close to the cliff, so that you can really get the full area in live coverage, you know, with a high resolution as well. You know, we can do it in 4K now, but the live can't cover any of these areas. Right where we are, we do get a live, but very bad signal. Now on the section there, you'll see the steps that used to come down to the cliff, from the cliff down to the beach as well. That is where you would have walked, and if you, majority of the time, the cave, as I said, was only a temporary thoroughfare. However, the real thoroughfare was down these steps. Steps just behind me slightly, and also the steps over here. But as you can see, all that cliff face has fallen off. Those steps now stop halfway down. I remember walking down them. They then move them from there, and they move them a little further in, just behind where the shark pool used to be. And those steps also have gone into disrepair. They have that closed off as well. They actually have this entire walkway out here closed off now. I was coming out here with my angel up to like 2 years ago, but since then they put some barriers and stuff in place to stop you from walking out onto the actual cliff. Again, it's not a very safe area, especially if there's no supervision around, so I guess they've closed off just for the safety element, because there is a lot of the actual cliff area that's shielding off. Beautiful, just beautiful. This resort is so big that although it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 8, possibly 8 stories high, 7 or 8 stories high, it does not look that high, because it is such a massive sprawling resort. The structure goes on and on forever on the cliff line itself, so it doesn't have the impression of a just a high rise that you will find in these smaller areas that got the same amount of floors but are a lot shorter buildings. It sort of like stretches out and looks a lot more comforting on the eye for me anyhow. So the other steps, as you can see, they were just over there behind as well. That whole cliff area is dropped off, so they've stopped anyone from using thoroughfare to come down there as well. So both steps. This is what used to be known as the shark pool. They had a big shark in here at one time. I remember that. Actually, there were 2 of them. And then I know they then turned it into a turtle. Now this is a lot deeper here, as you can appreciate. It filled a lot with sand and stuff over the years. You see it's washed up and just filled it in. But this you see quite deep, and maybe about another 4 feet deeper than where it is right now. But this used to be quite amazing to watch the sharks swimming in here. Alright, so we've covered this section of Sam Lords. We're going to be taking in more 4Ks along the cliff, as I had promised earlier on in our vlog. We'll be doing the Palmetto Bay and Harry Smith and the Bottom Bay for you in 4K, because we cannot get a good reliable signal there. But we will do that with a sunrise. But I thought as we were here, I could just well share this section of this beach with you. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone. Greetings from the beautiful island of Barbados. Yes, we are being impacted by sargassum. It is that time of the year, so it's nothing that's unexpected. This will all go and return to its beautiful, pristine state. I would say probably around September, October, based on last year being a little longer than the usual August, September, October. Have a great day. Love you all. Peace and love from Barbados. I'm the Bajan Warrior. This is the beauty of Barbados through my eyes. We're the EMC family. Is a gathering of people who desire nothing more than positives in life and help to reflect the beauty and the peace and the serenity that they feel to everyone around them. Have a great day. Love you all.